Hello, sports fans. It is Monday, September the 19th, the year 2016, and we are ready for NFL picks for week number 3 in the league where they play for pay. And let's get right to it. It was a strange week, week 2. A lot of games coming down to the wire, a lot of strange finishes, a lot of teams that didn't show up. A lot of teams you still can't trust, like the Lions, like the Raiders, like Jacksonville. We'll get to them in a second. I had a winning week in college football. I had a slight winning week in the NFL. There is a game tonight. I'm picking the games a little early this week because I have something to do tomorrow. I did win with the Baltimore Raven game. That spread did go down to 4.5, so I was lucky. I bet that game at the last second yesterday. I did cover with that, so I am counting Baltimore as a win yesterday. The spread did go down to 4.5, so I had a slight winning week in the NFL, a game tonight, and I did have a winning week in college football. All right, without further ado, let's get to the picks for week number 3. Let's start with the Thursday night game, and this is a tough game. The Houston Texans are minus 2.5 at New England. Houston is 2-0. They beat Chicago and they shut down Kansas City yesterday. They finally beat Kansas City after losing to them twice last year, including the playoff loss where they got embarrassed. Houston's defense is absolutely awesome. Their offense is still not great, but their defense led by Watt is absolutely awesome. They shut down Kansas City yesterday. New England 2-0, beat Arizona. Hung on and beat Miami, but here's the problem with New England now. Now they're down to their third quarterback. No Brady. The backup now is hurt. He's not going to play. Still no Gronkowski. Still no Yankovic on the line. This is asking a lot even for New England. Now listen, you never get New England underdog at home. You never get that. You just never get it. But even for New England standards, this is going to be hard to pull off with the third-string quarterback, a short week. I know they're home, but they're going against that ferocious Houston defense. That Houston defense is awesome. It could shut down anyone. Even for New England standards, this is asking a lot. I'm sure New England will come up with something where they hang in the game, but I have to take Houston here. New England was going to be like a 3.5-point favorite in this game. When the backup for New England went out and they're going with the third stringer, the spread has gone to Houston minus 2.5. So the spread has moved a bunch, almost like, 6 points? I usually don't follow the line. I did it once last week with the Jets, and I won that game. I'm going to do it again here. I have to take Houston. Their defense is so dominant. New England is now down to a third-string quarterback. They got a bunch of guys out. They barely hung on and beat Miami yesterday, even for New England standards. I know it's always dangerous going against them, and especially when they're getting points at home, but I have to take Houston here. I think their defense is going to create some turnovers, and they're going to win a tight, low-scoring game and win by about 3-4 points. So I like Houston minus 2.5 at New England in a very interesting game on Thursday night. Let's go to the Sunday games. Let's go to the jungle in Cincinnati, where the Cincinnati Bengals are minus 3 against the Denver Broncos. Cincinnati 1-1, beat the Jets on the road, lost to the Steelers on the road yesterday. Denver 2-0. What else is new with the Broncos? Have 2 defensive touchdowns. The game is close yesterday against the Colts, but they score late on defense. They pull away. Typical Broncos. The game is always close. They always come up with 1 or 2 defensive plays, and they always win the game, especially at home. I mean, it's unbelievable what the Broncos have been doing the last 2 years on defense. Every single game, their defense makes a play to win the game. Now, this game is a very tough game. This is Cincinnati's home opener. They were on the road the first 2 weeks. As much as I love Denver, and as much as I love that defense, they can't win all these games. Remember, they got a first-year starting quarterback here. This is asking a lot to go into Cincinnati, where the Bengals never lose at home. This is their home opener. The Bengals got pushed around by the Steelers yesterday. They're going to be an angry bunch of Tigers at home. Denver, I'm sure the defense will be there, but I think this is asking a lot. The spread's only 3. I have to go with Cincinnati here. Home opener, off a loss. Denver starting a first-year quarterback. I cannot see Denver going on the road and winning this game. I mean, I just can't see that magic continuing. They can't win every game. They can't pull every game out, can they? Going to go with Cincinnati here at home, minus 3. That's pick number 2. Pick number 3, let's go to Nashville, Tennessee, where the Tennessee Titans are minus 1 against the Oakland Raiders. Tennessee 1-1. Came storming back and beat Detroit on the road yesterday. They're down 15-3 Tennessee in the fourth quarter and looking dead in the water. They pulled that game out. What an awful loss by the Lions. We'll get to them in a second. So nice job by Tennessee coming back and winning that game. Oakland 1-1, lost to Atlanta yesterday. Very disappointing, Oakland. They had the nice come-from-behind win in Week 1 against the Saints, and the Falcons just carried the day yesterday against the Raiders. Do you realize the Raiders have become the first team since the 1960-something Falcons to give up 500 yards of offense in the first 2 games of the year? That's how bad the Raider defense has been the last 2 weeks. And they made some moves in the offseason with the new coaches. They were supposed to be better on defense. We didn't think they'd be great, but they've been absolutely atrocious in the first 2 weeks. This game is another one of these games. I mean, I'm going to go with Oakland here. I just think Oakland has more talent than Tennessee right now. I mean, I know it's dangerous after what you saw from Oakland the last 2 weeks on defense, but I don't love Tennessee. I know they did a good job coming back yesterday, but for 3 quarters it was 15-3, and Tennessee couldn't do anything. I mean, that game was more of an indictment on the Lions to me, so I'm going to take a chance here. I'll take the Raiders on the road, +1 in Nashville. That's pick number 3. Pick number 4, let's go up to Buffalo, where the Arizona Cardinals are -4.5 against the Buffalo Bills. Arizona 1-1. Just bombed Tampa Bay yesterday. Tampa Bay turned the ball over 450 times. Every time I turned this game on, Winston was throwing an interception. Arizona was running it back. It was just a complete mess. It was one of those games where there was turnovers all over the place, and Arizona just bombed Tampa Bay. Buffalo 0-2, lost to the Jets. Danger time for the Ryan brothers up there in Buffalo. I mean, Rex Ryan now has been up in Buffalo for a couple of years, and they seem to be going backwards. The quarterback play, again, is spotty. I mean, they have no consistent play from at quarterback. The Jets carved up the Buffalo defense as well. Fitzpatrick, he was on fire. I mean, Rex Ryan was supposed to be a defensive guru. He's got his brother there. Buffalo is in all kinds of trouble right now. I don't like their body language at all. I got to go with Arizona here. I think Arizona's just better. They have more firepower, and I just don't know what I'm going to get from Buffalo, especially offensively. I mean, they have games where they can't move the ball from here to there. I mean, they just can't do it. I got to go with Arizona here. I know Arizona can score. I mean, that's good enough for me here. I just don't trust Buffalo right now. I'll take Arizona -4.5 in Buffalo. That's pick number 4. Pick number 5, let's go to Jacksonville, where the Jacksonville Jaguars are pick'em with the Baltimore Ravens. Jacksonville 0-2, and they were obliterated in San Diego yesterday. Jacksonville, I thought you were supposed to be improved. You played a decent game in Game 1 against Green Bay, and then you go out to the West Coast and put on a performance like that. And San Diego had some key guys out. They had Allen out. They lost another one of their receivers yesterday, and they still carved up Jacksonville. Jacksonville looked like they didn't even get on the flight. Oh, my typical Jacksonville. I'll tell you what, the Jacksonville coach is on the hot seat, too. What else is new? What Jacksonville coach is not on the hot seat? I mean, Jacksonville, a complete embarrassment yesterday. Baltimore 2-0. They rally yesterday. They're down 20-2 to Cleveland. They come all the way back and win by 5. And like I said, I did cover with that game. That spread went down to 4.5. I bet that game at the last second, and I did get to the cashier's window with that. So I got lucky with that because the spread was a little higher at the beginning of the week. So this game here, I mean, this is going to be a complete mess. I'm going to take a chance. I know, just like last week, this is going to come back to bite me. I'm going to take Jacksonville here. They have to be embarrassed. They were humiliated yesterday. They're coming home. They did play Green Bay well in Week 1 at home. It's now or never for Jacksonville. If they lose this game, it's the same old Jacksonville, and we're looking at 3-13 again. Now, even if they win, I don't think they're going to be any good anyway. But when you go to 0-3, you're in real bad territory. Baltimore, they are doing a nice job. They are 2-0. They did rally yesterday. I mean, most people, I'm sure, are going to pick Baltimore here. But I am going to take a chance with Jacksonville just because I think they were so humiliated yesterday that they have to show something at home this week. I kind of said the same thing about the Rams last week when they were humiliated. They did come back and win yesterday. We'll get to the Rams in a second. I think Jacksonville is going to be so humiliated that long trip home, I think they're going to play a decent game this week. Baltimore sometimes can have trouble moving the ball. I think Jacksonville pulls it out. I don't trust them. I'm taking a chance here. It's just a feel I have for this game. Jacksonville, pick them over Baltimore down in Jacksonville. Let's pick number 5. Pick number 6. Let's go back down to Florida. The Miami Dolphins are home, -7 against the Cleveland Browns. Miami 0-2. They rallied but fell short against New England yesterday. Cleveland 0-2. They blew a huge lead to Baltimore. I mean, this is another disastrous game. I'm going to take Miami here because I think Cleveland could be the worst team in football. This might be a game you might want to move the line and make Miami -1 instead of 7. I think Miami's going to win, especially at home. They redid that stadium. I believe this is Miami's home opener. I think Miami will win this game, but I don't like giving up 7. This might be one you move to 1 point and take another team in a 2-team teaser, but I'm going to take the Dolphins here. -7 against the Browns in Miami. This could be a real ugly game to watch, but I just cannot take Cleveland under any circumstances. Even when they had a 20-2 lead, they found a way to revert back to the old Cleveland. I will take the Dolphins here, -7 against Cleveland. Might be a game you might want to tease down to 1. That's pick number 6. Pick number 7, let's go to the Meadowlands in New Jersey. Not too far from here, with the New York Giants are -3 against the Washington Redskins. Giants 2-0. Beat New Orleans, kicked the field goal right at the end of the game. I got unlucky in that game. The spread was, 4.5? The Giants win by 3, and the Giants are down at the 1-yard line, but the Saints have no timeout, so the Giants just ran the clock out and kicked the field goal. And the play before, Cruz made the catch to get down to the 1. Beckham dropped the pass in the end zone, so the Giants could have covered here. That was one I got unlucky on, but I did get lucky on some of the other games like Baltimore, so you can't complain. Washington 0-2 had an awful loss to Dallas. They're up 3 late in the game. Cousins throws an absolutely horrific pick in the end zone. Dallas comes down and scores. Good night, Washington. Washington 0-2. 0-2 at home. Here we go with the dissension with the Washington again. A lot of chatter in the locker room. Remember when we thought Washington years ago had 2 good quarterbacks with RG3 and Cousins? Now it looks like they have no good quarterbacks. Cousins was awful again. That interception was totally unprofessional. Now Washington's 0-2. They got to go on the road. I don't trust Cousins. I know this is an NFC East clash. They're always close, but I trust Eli and the Giant offense more than Washington. I don't trust Cousins right now. He always makes just a stupid play in the game that cost him. Cannot trust Washington, especially on the road. I'll go with the Giants there, -3 in a good NFC East matchup. I think the Giants win by 4. That's pick number 7. Pick number 8. Let's go to Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where the Green Bay Packers are -8 against the Detroit Lions. Green Bay 1-1, had a very tough loss to Minnesota on the road last night. A very good game. I hope you caught that game. That was some good football. Detroit 1-1, and typical Detroit. You can't trust them. They can't get out of their own way. They have a chance to go to 2-0. They're playing Tennessee, who's not a great team. They're up 9-0 after the first quarter. They're up 15-3 going into the fourth quarter at home against Tennessee, and they get outscored 13-0 and lose. Stafford with the interception at the end. Same old Lions. Can't trust them. Can't get out of their own way. This might be another game to go with Miami. You might want to tease this game down to 2 and play Miami and Green Bay, or pick someone else, maybe Carolina, move that line down to 1. May want to tease this game. Spread's a little high at 8, but I got to take Green Bay. This is their home opener. They had a tough loss against a division rival last night. They're going to be very angry coming home, and I don't trust Detroit at all. Typical Detroit. You can't trust them. I'm going to take Green Bay there, -8. That's pick number 8. Might want to tease that game, maybe move that line down to 2. Play them with Miami, maybe with Carolina, who's up next. Pick number 9, Carolina at home, -7 against the Minnesota Vikings. Carolina 1-1, beat San Francisco despite having a million turnovers in the game yesterday. Very sloppy, ugly game down there in Carolina yesterday. Carolina does pull away. Minnesota doing a nice job, 2-0, had a very nice win against Green Bay. The defense was awesome. Peterson looks like he has a serious injury. We'll keep an eye on that. Looks like he's going to at least miss some time. I can't see him playing this week. Bradford played well yesterday. This is a tall order for Minnesota. They had an emotional win at home in the new stadium against Green Bay. Now you got to go immediately on the road to Carolina and that very good Panther team. You're doing it without Peterson. I know Minnesota's defense is tremendous. They do a great job. I like this Minnesota team. I like them a lot. They're gutty. They're gritty. They play hard. This is asking a lot to go into Carolina and win. I'm going to take Carolina here. -7 at Minnesota's pick number 9. That might be another game you might want to tease down to 1. Miami, Green Bay, Carolina. Might want to tease those games in combination. Get them down to 1 or 2 points. But I'll take Carolina there. That's pick number 9. Pick number 10. Let's go up to Seattle with the Seattle Seahawks and their awful offense are -10.5 against the San Francisco 49ers. Seattle is 1-1, lost to the Rams yesterday 9-3, and Seattle has scored, one touchdown? One touchdown in 2 games, I believe? I mean, that is absolutely awful, and this is going back to last year. Seattle's offense is awful. I mean, the offensive line is a mess. They got no running game. Wilson has a little bit of an injury. He's not scrambling as much. They don't make that many big plays. The defense is tremendous. We know that. They can't score. I mean, they just cannot score, Seattle. San Francisco 1-1, won the opener, hung in the game with Carolina for a while, but Carolina pulled away late. Seattle is a 10.5-point favorite here at home. And the first thing when I saw this line was, can Seattle score 10 points? I mean, I'm not even joking. I think Seattle's going to win. I never bet against them when they're playing in Seattle. And I don't love San Francisco, but can Seattle score 10 points? I mean, I don't know. They haven't done it in the first 2 weeks. I'm going to take a shot and take San Francisco here, +10.5. I don't feel all that confident here. But Seattle, they have shown me nothing offensively. I mean, the most points they're going to get is, 17 maybe? I mean, I don't know. They look absolutely offensively challenged the first 2 weeks. They were lucky to beat Miami in week 1. I mean, they scored 1 touchdown in 2 games. That's hard to believe. I got to take San Francisco. They look like they can move the ball a little bit. They were competitive yesterday before the game got blown out. But I'm going to take a chance here on the -10.5 just because I don't know if Seattle can score 10 points. Now, I think they're going to win Seattle. 10.5 is a lot for a team that scores 1 touchdown in 2 games, don't you think? They had 3 points yesterday. I'll take San Francisco, take a shot, +10.5 on the road there to at least keep it within 10. That's pick number 10. Pick number 11. Let's go down to Tampa Bay. With the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on -4 against the LA Rams. Tampa Bay 1-1 just got absolutely bombed by Arizona yesterday. Turned the ball to left and right just when you thought they may be getting back into the game. Winston throws a pick 6. It was an awful performance by Tampa Bay. Turnovers all over the place. It started early. It was a just complete beating yesterday. Awful job by Tampa Bay yesterday. They are coming back for their home opener here. LA Rams 1-1 beat Seattle 9-3. I was talking about Seattle's offense with 1 touchdown in 2 games. The Rams have no touchdowns in 2 games, and they're 1-1. The defense played well yesterday. Do you realize the Rams have 9 points in 2 games, and that's good enough for a win? I thought the crowd was great yesterday in LA. Great to see the Coliseum full on a sunny day out there. Great to see football back in LA. I mean, the Ram defense was great yesterday. Their offense is absolutely awful. I think Tampa Bay is going to be totally embarrassed, kind of like Jacksonville was this week. Tampa Bay's got to be humiliated. They're coming back now, home opener, and this is a Ram team that can't score. They just can't score. I mean, the defense is going to play hard, but it's asking a lot to go on the road when you can't score a touchdown. I'm going to take Tampa Bay here to bounce back at home. Rams have a long trip. They just had an emotional win. They can't score. They have no touchdowns in 8 quarters. What makes me think they can score here? I think Tampa Bay rebounds and they win this game. I like Tampa Bay -4 against the Rams in Tampa. That's pick number 11. Pick number 12. Let's go to Philadelphia with the Pittsburgh Steelers on -5 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Steelers 2-0 looked really good yesterday. Controlled the game in the rating against Cincinnati. Steelers look like a definite good team this year. Philadelphia 1-0. Remember, they do play tonight. We got to keep an eye on them. This is asking a lot here. I know Philadelphia is home here. This is going to be asking a lot for Philadelphia to match firepower with Pittsburgh, especially on a short week with a rookie quarterback. I don't love giving up 5 on the road with the Steelers, but this is going to be very, very difficult for Philadelphia off a short week with a rookie quarterback to match firepower with Roethlisberger and the Steelers, who look like they have a very good team. I think Pittsburgh wins this game by 7 points. I'm going to take the Steelers -5 in Philadelphia. We'll keep an eye on the Eagles tonight. Pick number 13. Let's go to Arrowhead in Kansas City, one of my favorite stadiums in all of the NFL. Where the Kansas City Chiefs are home, -3 against the New York Jets. Kansas City 1-1, got shut down in Houston yesterday. Jets 1-1, had the nice road win in Buffalo. Very tough game here. We'll see if Charles gets back on the field for Kansas City. Kansas City does have a couple injuries. Very, very tough game. But Kansas City at home, tough to go against them, coming off a loss. A very tough game. I'm going to say Kansas City wins by 4 here. Very, very tough game, though. I don't like going against Kansas City at home. That building is very hard to play in. The fans are amazing. They're very loud. Kansas City off a loss. I think Kansas City is going to be a good team. I think they win here in a close, hard-fought game. Kansas City by 4. That's pick number 13. Pick number 14. Let's go to Indianapolis, where the Indianapolis Colts are -2.5 against the San Diego Chargers. Indianapolis 0-2 again for like the third straight year. Hung in there with Denver, but had too many turnovers. Lost the game late. San Diego 1-1, just bombed Jacksonville. San Diego's got 2 key receivers out. San Diego, though, could very well be 2-0. Remember, they blew that game to Kansas City in Week 1. Now or never for the Colts. Now or never. Now, they've started the last couple years 0-2 and rallied. So I'm going to say this is the last stand for the Colts. 0-3, they're not making it back. 0-2, you can. I still believe in Luck. They don't seem to have much other than Luck, but I still believe in him at home. I still don't trust San Diego, especially with 2 key receivers out. I know they looked good yesterday. Jacksonville didn't show up. I'm going to take a chance and take Indianapolis here, -2.5 at home. Last stand for the Colts and Luck. You got to win this game. You have to find a way to win. Still don't trust San Diego, so I'll take the Colts there. That's pick number 14. Pick number 15, let's go to the Big D in Dallas, where the Dallas Cowboys are -4 against the Chicago Bears. Dallas 1-1, had a very nice win against Washington. Get the key turnover late, score, late in the game. They got Bryant involved. I thought Prescott played well again. I like Prescott. The line is playing well for Dallas. That was a very good, gutty win for the Cowboys. They needed to have it. They got it. I think that's, 3 straight years they've won in Washington. Nice win by the Cowboys. They come back home. Chicago, listen, they are 0-1 and they play tonight. They could win tonight at home. But again, off a short week going into Dallas, I don't trust the Bears at all. I don't trust Cutler. He can blow up at any time. I'm going to take Dallas at home. I think Dallas is just better, even with the rookie quarterback. He's looked pretty good to me. He looks poised. I like Dallas here -4 in the Big D. That's pick number 15. And pick number 16, the Monday night game in New Orleans. The Saints -3 against the Atlanta Falcons. Saints are 0-2, lost a tough game to the Giants. Saints have lost back-to-back tough games to the Raiders and the Giants. Could have won both of these games, found a way to lose. Atlanta 1-1, had a nice win in Oakland. Did not think Atlanta was going to win this game. Nice job by Atlanta winning in Oakland. This is a very, very tough game. I mean, this game could really go either way. Saints on Monday night. I know they've lost a little bit of their luster at home the last couple of years. Let's turn back the clocks for one Monday night. Let's get that Superdome rocking on Monday night. And let's have the Saints, a desperate 0-2 team, have a big performance by Drew Brees. I still don't believe in the Atlanta defense. They can be had. They can give up some points. I mean, now Atlanta, back-to-back road games here. I'm going to go with the Saints here. Let's turn back the clock and get that Superdome all pumped up on Monday night. Saints at home, -3 against the Falcons. That's pick number 16. So I went with more favorites this week. The favorites did do well last week, by the way. So that is your pick for week number 3 in the NFL. Of course, you have one game tonight. Like I said, slight winning week in the NFL. Had a winning week in college football, which we're getting to right now. As far as some key games over the weekend for college football that just happened, Louisville just blasted Florida State. Not shocked that Louisville won, shocked by the score. Florida State never takes a beating like that. Louisville, a tremendous job by them. Michigan State went into Notre Dame and won. I had that game. Didn't think Michigan State was going to win. That was a bad loss by Notre Dame. Nebraska beat Oregon. Ohio State bombed Oklahoma. I'll tell you, Oklahoma and Bob Stoops, they have not been getting it done lately. You realize the last 4 games going back to last year, Oklahoma got bombed by Clemson, got bombed by Ohio State, and got bombed by Houston. Oklahoma's got to be better than that. Ohio State looks real good. Cal upset Texas, and how about Alabama coming all the way back and beating Ole Miss? What a heartbreaking loss for Ole Miss. I'll tell you, Alabama is something else. They looked out of this game early. What were they down? 24-7 in this game. They come storming back and win. Great job by Alabama. Ole Miss, back-to-back tough losses. 2 tough losses this year out of 3 games. Lost a tough game to Florida State, had a huge lead. blow a huge lead here to Alabama. So Ole Miss, 2 heartbreaking losses. All right, let's get to Week 4 picks for college football. Believe it or not, this is Week 4 in college football. Do you believe it? I mean, how fast does the college football season go? By Thanksgiving, the college football season is over, so enjoy it while it's here. You get only 12 regular season games. After this week, we're 1/3 of the way over already. I feel like we just kicked off and we're 1/3 of the way over. Enjoy college football while it's here. Pick number 1. Let's go to Auburn, Alabama, one of my favorite stadiums, Jordan-Hare Stadium. The fans are tremendous there. The LSU Tigers are -3 at the Auburn Tigers. LSU 2-1. They finally made the quarterback change that seemed to have worked, although they did give up a big lead to Mississippi State last week. They kind of went to hibernation after they got a big lead. They did hold on and win. LSU looks better now with the quarterback change on offense. You know they're very good on defense. Auburn 1-2, and in their 2 losses, they have scored 13 points and 16 points. That's not going to get it done. I respect Auburn. I like the coach. I love the fans. I just think LSU is better here. The spread's only 3. I don't think Auburn can score. LSU has a very good defense. I don't think Auburn can score, and I think LSU can move the ball better now that they went to the backup quarterback. Look for LSU to get on a little bit of a roll here. They have the defense. They have the running game. They have the receivers. They just need to get the right quarterback in there. They might have him now, the transfer from Purdue. They look better on offense recently. I'm going to take LSU here as I'm sporting my LSU Tiger shirt. I like LSU -3 down in Auburn. That's pick number 1. Pick number 2, let's go to the Rose Bowl. UCLA Bruins are home here. Stanford is a -2.5 point favorite against UCLA. Stanford 2-0 coming off the win against SC. UCLA 2-1 had a nice win against BYU. Very, very tough game here. I just think Stanford is better. I like the quarterback. I like McCaffrey. I wish this game was at Stanford because they never lose on the farm. The game's at UCLA. The spread's only 2.5. I think Stanford is just a little better right now than UCLA. So I'm going to take Stanford -2.5 at UCLA. That's pick number 2. Pick number 3, let's go to Ole Miss. Ole Miss at home, -7 against Georgia. Like I said, Ole Miss 1-2. Blew the game to FSU. Blew the game to Bama. Georgia 3-0, and in all 3 games they pulled the game out of the fire, including this week against Missouri where they were down. They score late to win. I think Georgia is due for a loss, and I think Ole Miss is due for a win. I like Ole Miss big in this game to rebound. Ole Miss has had a couple of tough losses. They're going to look to get all their revenge out on Georgia this week, and Georgia, the first 3 games, has slipped through each and every week. Their luck runs out. Ole Miss crushes them this week. Ole Miss big, -7 against Georgia in the Grove down there in Oxford. Pick number 4. Let's go up to South Bend, Indiana. Notre Dame -21 against Duke. Notre Dame a very disappointing 1-2 loss to Texas, lost to Michigan State at home. Notre Dame's defense has been terrible. Duke lost to Wake Forest and lost to Northwestern. Duke is not having a good season, and they've only scored 14 and 13 points in their 2 losses. If Notre Dame's ever going to beat up on someone, it's going to be here. Awful loss. They're home. Duke can't score. This is not a good Duke team. And I've liked Duke in the past. Duke has been very good to me over the years, the last couple of years. They just don't have it this year. Look for Notre Dame to absolutely bomb Duke here and get back to 2-2. Notre Dame -21 against Duke in South Bend. That's pick number 4. Pick number 5. Let's go to Marshall. Where the Louisville Cardinals are -24 against the Marshall Thundering Herd. Louisville 3-0, bombed Florida State. The quarterback looks awesome. They look like a national title type team, Louisville, right now. Marshall is 1-1, and they lost at home to Akron 65-38 last week. And this is the same Akron team that lost 54-10 to Wisconsin. So if you're Marshall and you give up 65 points to Akron, and Louisville just hung up 60 on Florida State, where do you think I'm going here? Louisville, I know this could be a letdown game, but they have way too much firepower for Marshall. Louisville wins this game 70-28, I think, something crazy like that. I mean, Marshall gave up 65 points to Akron at home. That's almost hard to believe, and it's the same Akron team that lost 54-10 to Wisconsin. So you see what we're dealing with here with Marshall. I mean, I know they're home, but still, Louisville hung up 60 points on Florida State. They got to be good for 70 here. I like Louisville. No letdown here. Louisville crushes Marshall. Louisville -24 at Marshall is pick number 5. And finally, pick number 6. This is where College Game Day is. Let's go to Knoxville, Tennessee, another great stadium, Neyland Stadium, where the Tennessee Volunteers are -7 against the Florida Gators. Both teams 3-0, but I think Tennessee is just way better. I really do. Florida's got a couple of key injuries. I think Tennessee is ready to step up here in prime time. Game day will be here. They're going to be all fired up. Tennessee is about to get to the big time. I think they start here and they bomb Florida. I don't think Florida can keep up with them offensively. I think Tennessee is going to have their way with Florida. They're going to be all riled up in Knoxville with game day coming there. Tennessee looks to get to the big time. They look to get to the center stage. They bomb Florida here. Florida's 3-0, but they're not that good. They don't have a great offense. I think this sets up perfectly for Tennessee. I like Tennessee at home, -7 against Florida. That's where game day will be. Those are my 6 picks for college football. Might want to keep an eye on a few of these other games. Florida State at South Florida. We'll see if Florida State can bounce back after that humiliating loss to Louisville. South Florida is undefeated. Michigan State at home against Wisconsin. Might want to keep an eye on that. Arizona State at home against Cal. Bet that game over. There should be 100 points in that game. And Michigan at home against Penn State. Michigan had a little trouble with a decent Colorado team last week. Michigan is back home this week against Penn State. I expect Michigan to have a big performance. I think that spread is 17. I did not pick that game, but I could be talked into Michigan there, -17. So there you go. Those are your picks for NFL week number 3 and college football week number 4. You guys, thanks as always for the support. Thanks for all the great messages. I got so many messages again last week from all over the country, all over the world, really. Ireland, Canada, Minnesota, California, Hawaii. You guys are great. Thanks for all the messages. You guys stay happy, healthy, and safe. Enjoy the Monday Night Football game tonight. It's always great seeing Soldier Field on a Monday night. Pick a lot of winners. Make a lot of money. I'll probably be back with you guys next Tuesday. Take care.